I ruined my best friend's wedding because I'm in love with her husband. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to admit, but I can't keep this inside anymore. I don't expect forgiveness, but I need to get this out. Emma and I have been best friends for over a decade. We've shared everything, our deepest secrets, our wildest dreams, and every major moment in our lives. So when she got engaged to Mark, I was thrilled for her. Or at least, I told myself I was. Here's the thing, I've been in love with Mark for years. It started back when we were all in college. He was Emma's boyfriend, and I was the supportive best friend. But the more time I spent around him, the more I realized he wasn't just Emma's dream guy, he was mine, too. I never acted on it, of course. I told myself it was just a silly crush, that I'd get over it. I buried those feelings deep and convinced myself that as long as Emma was happy, that was all that mattered. When they got engaged, I smiled through the pain. I threw myself into helping Emma plan the wedding, hoping that being a part of it would help me move on. I helped her pick out her dress, organize the bachelorette party, and even wrote the perfect maid of honor speech. But every time I saw them together, a small part of me shattered. I hated myself for feeling this way, but no matter what I did, I couldn't stop. On the day of the wedding, I told myself I'd get through it. I was there to support Emma, the person who had always been there for me. Everything went perfectly, the ceremony was beautiful, and Emma looked radiant. But during the reception, things took a turn I never could have anticipated. Mark and I ended up alone for a moment while Emma was busy talking to guests. We've always had this connection, and I thought I was imagining it. But that night, something changed. We were talking, just talking, but there was this tension I couldn't ignore. He told me he'd noticed I'd been distant lately, and he missed the way things used to be between us. That's when I blurted it out. I told him I'd been in love with him for years. I don't know what I expected, but I wasn't prepared for him to say he felt the same. He admitted that he'd had feelings for me too but had pushed them aside because of Emma. We both knew how wrong it was, but in that moment, it didn't matter. Before I could stop myself, I kissed him. The kiss didn't go unnoticed. One of Emma's cousins saw us and immediately told her. The reception turned into a nightmare. Emma confronted me in front of everyone, tears streaming down her face, screaming that I'd betrayed her. Guests stared, whispers spread like wildfire, and I felt my entire world crumble. Mark didn't say a word. He just stood there, looking as though he wanted to disappear. That silence hurt more than anything. I wanted to explain, to tell Emma that I never meant for this to happen, but what could I say? I had betrayed her in the worst way possible. Emma's parents demanded that I leave, and I did. I've spent the days since drowning in guilt and shame. I've lost my best friend, the one person who always stood by me. Mark hasn't reached out, and I don't expect him to. I destroyed not just Emma's wedding day but also her trust in me, and possibly her marriage. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know if it can be fixed. I'm not looking for sympathy, I don't deserve it. I just want to know if anyone has ever made a mistake this big and found a way to make amends. Is there any way to move forward when you've ruined everything? Or do I just have to live with this for the rest of my life?